I'm currently following our ducks around our property. We've been walking them from one pond to the other. So we've got one pond in the corner back there, and we walk them down one of the swales every day. There's several on this field on contour, so they wrap around because the highest point's up there. So we've just been walking them down the swales and coming out, and then heading over to the other pond, which is over in the back corner here. And then they like to kind of navigate themselves now. I was just sitting down playing a video game on my phone, and they took off in the usual pattern that we go in. So it's pretty interesting to see them just kind of do their own thing, but go in the same walking patterns that we went in when I was walking with them. But now they're going to this swale here in just a second. That's right here, and there's a pond at the very end. So you can see I dug it with an excavator. Yeah. But that's on contour, and this whole field here slopes down into it. So all the rain that falls goes into here, and then this is 1 degree off that goes into the pond. So everything that hits, all the water that hits this property goes into that pond at the very end. And it's pretty full right now. So they're happy, and they want to get to it because it has the most tadpoles. The big one, for some reason, doesn't have a lot of tadpoles. I guess it's not right up against the tree line. But ours here is right up against the tree line. It's in the very back corner. And I think that has something to do with the frog population and why they're so abundant, because it's just always full of tadpoles. So they're trying to get over there, but it's mostly the mallards. I've noticed that the mallards, the other one, the Pekings, actually whine when we get about halfway there, about right here, and then the mallards take off running, and they dive in and really go to town. They're very strategic and tactical with their methods of getting tadpoles. It's very interesting to watch them, but the Pekings not so much. They just don't get it. I guess it's a breed thing, but these guys, they have it in their DNA to snatch up every tadpole in like 5 seconds flat. It's pretty awesome. But that's another video for another day. So I think we're going to the swale. You guys ready to go? They look like they've got their fill of grass seed at this point. But I'm not feeding them right now. It's since we've had them, actually, we're just giving them mealworms, and you see what they do. If I take it out, it's like, whoa. But yeah, so I got to give them a couple, and then we're going to head to the pond. Or I could just lead them. This is how we get them to go where we want them. And they follow the bag, we've noticed, not us. If we put the bag somewhere, they will stay with it. They do not, they don't care about us. But they want this bag of mealworms. Man, they get all excited for it. So this is us going to the pond, and these are all some regenerative cover species that I threw down because this was the E horizon that's been exposed. I just took the topsoil off and put it in a mound on the side, actually, which is why this is it's growing disturbed species, but it's growing them very, very well. And then I put the fill dirt from the pond on a higher point back here, so that slopes this way as well. So all the water that hits this whole area, this whole plain, goes into that pond. But you guys can see I did a till, and I tilled 2 rows, and then I tilled in compost and seeds, and lots of prairie seeds and forage seeds, and they are growing very well. It looks like tire tracks, really, and that's really the reason that I wanted to do it, because I drove a tractor up and down that so many times. I did not want to broad fork it. Did you see the I should have pointed the camera there. I forgot the mallards took off and left the Pekings in the dust, and there they go. They are snatching them up. I'll zoom in, it might be quicker. Yep, they cover that whole pond in 5 seconds, and boom, they get all the tadpoles. Man, it's crazy. And if I walk up here, you guys can see there's a lot of buckwheat and a lot of millet I planted, and I just filled a 5-gallon bucket up with seeds and threw them all out to hold the soil in around the pond, really. But you can see these are all millet growing in here, with a lot of there's a lot of stuff growing that's native too. Like I don't think I threw these out. These were growing before. and lots of sweet gum trees, but you can see that it looks like tire tracks. And that's so that these plants, these grasses and different types of oats, they all grow in cereals, and mustards will all basically loosen the soil for me. They're going to till it for me and aerate it, and aggregate it and all those good things, or at least the soil food web under the plants will. So, but you guys can see a good view here. Just a beautiful piece of property, I think. We love it here, and especially all the things we've done with it. There's some lemongrass on the point there. I planted that. I got it from the Asian market out of the grocery store refrigerator, and just popped it right in there. It's doing well. And there's a lot of stuff planted around here, guys, and a lot of stuff I didn't plant that nature planted, but that's why all the sticks, you'll see sticks here and there, but they're stakes, and I use those as flags to mark where the trees are. And there's a lot of black cherry, wild black cherry, and a lot of pecans, because there was a pecan tree in this wooded area here, and I guess squirrels have been planting the seeds all around the property, because we've got about 9 pecans that are coming up. They're only about a foot, 2 feet high, some of them, but I'm excited about that. Lots and lots of pecans. So these guys don't spend too much time, usually about 10-15 minutes at each pond, and then they get out and they start foraging for grass again. And it's usually the pecans are up looking for this bag, and the mallards are kind of foraging their own thing. They're definitely more self-sufficient in terms of the pecans and the mallards. The mallards are definitely more self-sufficient. Yeah, I love the millet everywhere. I think this is foxtail millet, and it looks beautiful. But it's also food for everything, including us. We eat a lot of millet. That's it from this side. So I just wanted something to throw over the swale. Ooh, don't step on the duckies. So that's that, guys. Hope you're doing well. This is an update from Whistle Stop Wonderland. I'm Tom, and this is in Atkinson, North Carolina. Have a great day.